Well, hello everybody, and I'm out here in the desert again. Welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And I just noticed that there was a nice dike running across here. And it's all that good looking brown and red and black stuff, with a little bit of blue mixed in here and there and some purples. And then, you remember I mentioned trumpet plants in my last video. Oh, what's this? Look at that, right there. Wow. I'm gonna have to dig that out and get a closer look at that. That's a pretty good sized chunk. But here's a trumpet plant right here. So they're all over the place. There's trumpet plants everywhere in this area right here. And there's a lot of good looking geology doing there. Now remember, geology rocks. And geography is where it's at. Anyway, I'm going to take a walk out here on the on all this crushed stone here, and just do a quick look around. This is good looking stuff here. Yeah. Look at all of that shiny pyrite in there. But you can see the rusts, the reds, the rusty color reds, the blacks, the yellows, all of that stuff. And I think this is what they call brecciated quartz. But yeah, this is interesting stuff. I have to run my metal detectors through here, check this area out. And since I'm here and I have my metal detector, I just might do a quick run through here. And if I find something, I'll turn this back on and let you see what's going on. But yeah, I just came back from repairing one of my neighbors, a friend and neighbor's cement mixer. And I figured I'm going to check out that road over there. So I did, and this is how far I got. Now, my friend Andy was with me one time, and I followed that road all the way down to that stream bed down there, which is a major sand trap. And I could probably get across it and get up over there and onto that hill. But I think when I was with him, we actually rode up the stream bed a little ways, or walked up the stream bed a little ways. One or the other. Anyway, it looks like that turns into a road that goes up that way. That's where the mines are up there, but that all belongs to a mining company. So, don't want to be a claim jumper, but I have to check this area out and look at this stuff. This is really interesting. There's a lot of big units sticking up, and it's got fissures in it, like it's ready to fall apart. So this would be a good place to do some metal detecting and check this all out. Now I see something down there in the stream bed. Oh, what's this? Yeah, a lot of pyrite. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, loads of it. Look at that. Right where I threw it. Look at the size of that one. not all that glitters is gold. Got to keep that in mind. Of course, one thing that a lot of people fail to say is that gold is a color all its own. You can't say gold is yellow in color because it's not. Gold is gold in color. So keep that in mind when you're out gold prospecting. If it's real shiny and sparkly, it's probably not gold, because gold doesn't really shine and sparkle till it's polished. It stays a gold color until it's polished. Oh, this whole ridge is all this broken stone everywhere. So I'm sure I'll find some bullets and bullet shells out here. But other than that, I think I'm going to have to schedule a metal detecting run through here and see what surfaces. Now, of course, gold being heavy sinks downward constantly. So every time it rains and the ground softens a little bit, if there's any gold in here, it's going to move downward. So you're not going to find surface gold here. Look at that rust. Now that's nice. This looks like granite. Well, I'm not going to take it because I don't take things for granted. Sometimes I crack myself up. Yeah, there's some interesting specimens here. Now, I'm going to hike down there with my equipment and see what that protrusion is coming up out of the ground there. And you can see the streaks running across this mountain here. So that's all interesting stuff. And maybe my friend with his mule would like to come over here and we'll take a ride up that ridge in the flat area right there and get up closer to that and then do some metal detecting up there and see what we find. There's a big rock sticking out up there, and that's usually some kinds of places that you like to look. So interesting. Now the place that my other friend told me about, there's a vertical mine shaft somewhere over in this area somewhere. And I can see a bunch of rocks and stuff over there. But there's supposed to be a road going right past it. So I'm going to have to figure out where that road is and head over and check it out. He's going to send me the UPS or GPS coordinates. UPS. No, FedEx. Yeah, he's going to send me the coordinates from Google Earth so that I can just drive over there and check it out. My neighbor just asked me, you're not going down that vertical mine shaft, are you? I said, no, not until I check it out a little bit. Because I'm going to end up having to rappel down there with ropes. I don't think there's ladders going down. Anyway, just wanted to get this part of the video in. I'm going to pause this off and I'll get back to you. All right, I'm back at another location. And look what I see here. Trashed. Place is completely trashed. But there's some good lumber laying around. So I'll have to plan a trip up here with the trailer and do a load up. A lot of nice lent 2x4s and 4x4s. And I just got here, so you're seeing everything for the first time with me. But looks like there's more than one way in here. Looks like they came in from that way too. I came in from that way. But Yeah, this one's been torn down for a while. You can see the area in here is wiped clean. It looks like they still have a swimming pool up there. We'll take a walk up and take a look at that. And anyway, I wouldn't use it because the reason they use above ground pools was the mixed chemicals. And all the chemicals that they mixed, if I find some of the bottles laying around, I'll show you. They all have a skull and crossbones on them, so you really don't want to get involved in that. A lot of the stuff they were using, you can't buy here in the States. They were bringing it up from south of the border. But yeah, it looks like they brought all kinds of furniture up here, and looks like they had some kind of a cabin or something. It was probably, with the tables, I would say that's where they did the trimming, and what they call it when they trim the plants and get it ready for sale. But oh, look at this. Now there's some interesting quartz. That piece is going back with me. So I've got it in my hand because there's a gold mine up there. That's owned by, like I said, a mining company. So, oh yeah, they got some nice pieces of lumber laying around here. So, a lot of it, I don't even have to take nails out of it. It's just laying on the ground. Look at that. Yeah, and it goes way back there in the back too. So, let's see. I'll walk up on this ridge and take a look-see. Yeah, the reason they like these out-of-the-way places was because nobody would come up here. Even the people that own the land probably haven't been here since they bought the land, or even when after they bought the land. But yeah, they would take places like this because they can see for miles and miles if a raid was coming. The Skyriders are doing their bullshit today, so I've been watching them all day. They got some 2x4s nailed together there, going with some shade cloth. Yeah. And some plastic and that stuff around, plastic sheeting. And they didn't bother about worrying about level ground. They just set up their places wherever they wanted to, and they just grew as they could here. A lot of trash. They just trash the desert like this and leave. They don't care. Yeah, some guys like me come by and we can use some of the raw materials they left behind. Nice. Would have been a nice sheet of plywood, but it's been laying in the dirt for at least a year. So if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2024, January of 24, was about a year ago, where the mass murders happened up in this area. And I think these areas, these groves, were part of the guys that got murdered. The 6 guys got murdered, and they were cheating the cartel, from the story that I heard, and they got caught, and they paid for it with their life. And I don't want to sound consequential over the whole thing, for lack of a better word, but hey, if you're going to play with fire, you're probably going to get burnt. And you should have known that going in. And they'll tell you, anybody who's been associated before, will tell you that when you deal with those guys, it's not a part-time job. you're in it for life, and that's all there is to it. All right, so that pool is shredded. But yeah, that's where they mix their chemies. And there's some raw materials around here that could be used. So I'll get with a couple of my neighbors. And, oh, they had a couple of pools here. This one's torn down and that one's on its way. But, oh, there's a couple of the chem bottles. Let's go see if this chem bottle over here has a label. It looks like it's worn off. Yep. But here's one they got from the local marijuana grow places. Huh. There's another chem bottle over there, but it might have a label on it up against the bush. Let's go see. Oh, it's shredded. Another one. Quite a few of them around, but the sun eats up plastic out here, so they're all torn to pieces. But next time I come up, I'll take a walk over to that one and take a look at what's over there. Looks like lots of 2x4s. But this was their operation. This is what they did. It'll be interesting if there's anything of value in this ore sample here. And they've been walking over it the whole time. Oh well. I'm going to cut this off and get back to you later. Alright, I'm back and here we are at another one. And this one is a long time gone. But they left the place trashed as usual. That's because 9 times out of 10, as I said to one of the other viewers who had a question about it, these guys didn't own this land. They didn't buy this land. They just pulled into the desert and squatted. They set up their grow houses like this, and that way if they get raided and get caught, the only thing they lose are the plants. They don't lose the property. It's not confiscated, and the government doesn't take it over or any of that stuff. It's just really a sad situation that it was ever allowed to happen and get as far as it did. Now there's some more stuff up there. I don't know what they were doing up there, but I'm not going up there this time. It's getting late. I'm going to have to finish up this video. Yeah, these totes you can see that they were full of junk, garbage. That one doesn't look too bad, but still, I wouldn't trust it with the chemicals they were using. So anyway, that's a nice piece of bull quartz there. A lot of quartz float around this place. And of course, they didn't know what they were looking at. So they could have been walking over a bunch of valuable stuff. Well, there's still some good 2x4s here. And they use these big posts for uprights. They had a sofa over there. I wonder if they just rocked back in the recliner parts of that and just slept in that thing. But something's been tearing it apart. It doesn't look like there's much stuff left here of value, except some 2x4s. And that's about it. Whew, something stinks over here. Got a whiff of chemical as the wind changed a little bit. Well, that's about it. I'm going to head out of here. I did pick up some goodies along my route, and there's one more thing I need, and it's right over here. Oh, what's all this stuff growing here? That's not very old. Oh, it's got to be fake stuff. No, it's real. It's live. Huh. Anybody recognize the plant? Leave it in the comments. Let us know what it is. Oh, I see it. It comes off of these trees right here, these yucca trees. It's the flowers from the yucca tree. Of course, I saw it on the ground. Obvious thing is to look up, right? Especially if you're standing next to a tree. All right, so this is what I wanted. It's an old cast iron fry pan. But what I want to do with this is sometimes when my waste oil heater is running, it gets a little overactive and some of the oil overflows and comes underneath the thing, and I don't want that. So I'll place this underneath the burner to catch any waste oil that goes down. Yeah, and those were all those disc brake rotors are all stuff I found. And I pick up all the recyclable aluminum cans I find, and I take them in and recycle them with my other stuff because I'm so poor I could use every penny I get. All right. Well, I'm gonna turn it around and get on out of here as soon as I go pick up that one can right over there. That's it. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'll top this off, finish it off when I get back to the compound. You know, Lance is an uncommon name nowadays, but in medieval times, people were called Lancelot.